Alright, folks, welcome back. I know it's been a long hiatus for those that watch live. For those on YouTube, this really doesn't affect anyone, but we're back. It's been a while, so just a quick refresher. We've defeated, let me see, there we go. Sorry. We defeated our fourth gym. We got, our badges all set and go. We were given the goggles since we defeated the fourth gym to be able to explore the desert. So, the idea is we're going to do that. And then also, in the process of that, I got everyone to level 30 for the most part, except for... And we have a new member, which I said I was going to do off screen so that way I wouldn't bore you guys like I did when I was trying to get Arya. I got Overheat, the Torkoal. Very beady, nothing crazy. Just got ourselves a Torkoal, who conveniently at level 30 learned Flamethrower, and then we got Body Slam and some point Protect. Because when you get them, they come with Smog. I think it's Smokescreen, Curse, and Ember. So we got that. Everyone's pretty much level 30. We're gonna explore the desert. Not after we get a call from Maria. Barely. But we're gonna, well, first, because when I was doing this whole process, I had switched to bikes. I think I still need the acro bike, unfortunately. Sorry, I mean the mock bike. I said acro bike. Acro bike is, I believe, what we're gonna want in the next area, but that's after defeating a certain someone. But yeah, so we are gonna do this. And also, I would have switched Overheat in the front because we have never, well, you guys have never seen Overheat battle. But where we're going, Overheat is not useless because Overheat will hit hard. It's just desert, ground Pokemon, fire type doesn't go well for us. But we have this little thing, which we're gonna start with, because I want this. It's a Mirage Tower. I think you could get a glimpse of it when you get near the desert area, but obviously you can't get near it. Oh, goddammit. But yeah, Trapinch. I actually was considering using this Pokemon. The problem is, it did not fit the team I wanted, even though the team I wanted is kind of funky. Also, Arya learned Air Cutter at some point. We have a better flying type move instead of Peck. But I also realized I didn't really go through everyone, so let me do that as a quick, let me do that quickly. So, we got Arya. She hasn't changed. She's just got, I think she had Fury Attack, I think, last time we were on this. But she has Air Cutter now as a better flying type move instead of Peck. Which means we're going to get something better than Air Cutter, in quotes. We already talked about Overheat. She's good to go. Imp learned Feint Attack at some point while we were doing this stuff, so I got rid of Astonish, which gets rid of the ghost move that we have to do like damage, normal damage, but Nightshade is still there. Also, to be fair, Imp is going to be kind of useless, or maybe not, depending, who knows. Loaf hasn't really changed except that we taught his strength, which I think everyone was there for, so unfortunately he has an HM. And then back here, learned the greatest grass move ever. Or I think he already learned it before we had win in our hiatus. Leaf Blade. Pretty freaking good. And then obviously, hasn't changed. Everyone's still normal. I put in quotes because obviously. So this is the part where you need the acro bike for, or not the acro, the mock bike. Because that. So what ends up happening is, I'll explain this properly. And we might even be able to get to this because the controls I'm using are pretty bad. Sandshrew! Such a cute little Pokemon. Like I was saying, the controls on that I'm using at least are not that great. So maybe we won't get there, maybe we will. If we can't get there at a certain threshold, then what I'm going to do is probably explain what's up there. Because I could, in theory, just activate something and walk through stuff, but that defeats the whole purpose of this. Henceforth, the phrase normal. Which at this point, you put in quotes if you're going to start doing that. I'm not going to fight everyone, honestly. But yeah, the idea is, oh my god, I can't do it fast enough with my, there you go, that's the idea. So, the Mach Bike is fast enough to get through those cracks on the floor without you falling through. If you got the Acro Bike, you wouldn't be able to do that, even though the Acro Bike does have a feature that I'll show, and you would think, of course you can do that, but you can't. Mach Bike is the way to go because you gotta go for the speed. Thank God that's not gonna be that difficult. Good thing this is not a certain tower. And for anyone who has played the game, it's not a fun tower because I don't have the greatest control. So if we have to do that, we're gonna be there forever. So wait, before I get up, let me check if there's anything here. It's been forever, mind you, that I've done Mirage Tower. Because Mirage Tower is one of those areas you get rid of pretty fast. But, as neither here nor there. While we're here, though, I'll get into the Trapinch and the Sandshrew that we're seeing, because obviously I haven't said much about them, except that we're encountering them all over the place, because we're in the desert. Also, the fact that Aria is actually the reason we're able to run from Trapinch. I will explain that reason why. But for now, we're gonna do this. Unbreakable Rock, of course. If you didn't have Rock Smash by this point, you should. Why? So you have two choices here. We have a fossil. We have two fossils. We got the Root Fossil, which, if you take the Root Fossil, the floor will crumble. Same thing with the Claw Fossil, which obviously we have a red. So not yet. And then here's the Claw Fossil. The Root Fossil gives you Lileep, who is a great Pokemon competitive. Not a great Pokemon in story-wise. Even though I would have tried to use a Lileep to get a Cradily if we didn't have Beck. Because it's a Grass Rock type, which sounds counterintuitive, but it can work. And then the Claw Fossil gives you Anorith, which eventually gives you Armaldo, which is a Bug Rock type Pokemon. Not the greatest because Bug and Rock are, wow, can't believe I haven't even countered. Bug and Rock are not the greatest combo to begin with, except for Trapinch. But it's pretty good in a way, I think it's not as great. It's more offensive and it's better for in-game teams. Wow, I can't believe I didn't kill that. Huh. But it's in a way where it's better in-game than in competitive, even though Armaldo does get Swift Swim eventually later on in the other generations, but there we go. Just for the sake of that fact that I like Cradily a little more than Armaldo, which is kind of weird because back then, being younger, I preferred Armaldo over Cradily. You get one of the fossils, unfortunately you only get one choice, at least right now. Which then it disappears. And then that fossil goes into the sand. Have no fear, eventually you'll be able to get the other fossil. Because if not, you wouldn't be able to complete the Pokedex. So, but I'll get to that a little bit later, because that's we've passed the area that actually can get you the other fossil. But while we're here, in this Sandstorm area, it's always going to be Sandstorm. So, Pokemons that are Ground, Rock, and Steel types don't take any damage. Henceforth, why Aria is in the lead. So Aria won't never take damage. And Aria has a good effect being part Flying type. So the fact that we have been fighting Sandshrew and Trapinch, or at least encountering them. Sandshrew is a Gen 1 ground type. Not bad. Sandslash is pretty okay for it being a ground type. I know it eventually gets a little bit better over the years, or over the generations where it gets, I think, Sandrush? Quotes? Again, I don't use Sandslash that often, so I can't claim to fame that. I know Alolan Sandslash eventually is a Steel Ice type, which is pretty bad against the fire types and fighting types that go around eventually. But yeah, it's a good ground type to pick up. It won't learn that many moves naturally without like TMs, so you won't be getting like Earthquake or anything like that. You might get Dig if I'm correct, but again, I'm right now off the top of my head here. And then we'll talk about Trapinch. Trapinch has an ability called Arena Trap. If we weren't part flying type, we would not be able to run from all those Trapinches that we had encountered. And Trapinch is special. Unlike Sandshrew, who stays a pure ground type throughout its entire evolution line, which is not bad because I think it gets, or I think it has a decent ability. I don't remember it right now off the top of my head, but Trapinch here, or not Trapinch here because that's a Sandshrew. Trapinch gets better as it evolves. So Trapinch starts off as a ground type, pretty standard, but it has 100 base attack, which is pretty good for a baby Pokemon. Even though it's not a baby Pokemon, but it's a pre-evolution. And there's the effect of Sandstorm, by the way, if you're not ground, rock, or steel. But yeah, so Trapinch is an interesting Pokemon. I think around the 30s, it evolves into Vibrava or Vibrava, however you want to pronounce it. No one's gonna crucify you for that. And it becomes a ground dragon type with Levitate, which is a little weird because it has wings and stuff, so you would think it wouldn't get hit. Or maybe it would be ground flying, like a Gligar, or eventually later Gliscor. But it becomes one of my preferred Gen 3 Pokemon. Unfortunately, it's not as great as, let's say, Salamence. Because Salamence has Intimidate and it's pseudo-legendary status. But Flygon, which I believe you get at level 45 from Vibrava to Flygon, is pretty cool. Pretty fucking cool if you ask me. It's one of those Pokemons. Oh, by the way, there's Sandslash. Looking back at you. Flygon's pretty cool. I like it. It's considered, I think, the Sand Spirit or something like that, or Sandstorm Spirit, because it flies around. Well, in the Sandstorm, it kind of looks like in a way, Dragonfly. Because it has this weird like dome around its eyes and stuff. And it doesn't have traditional wings also. It has like I think like diamond wings. I don't know, I like it. It's cool. It's not great stat wise because it's like 100 attack and then like everything else for the most part is 80 across the board. Or like 90 and then 80 across the board. Or maybe a little bit higher, I'm not sure. But I know like unfortunately like if you're gonna use Flygon, it's cool because it's the first, well, fully evolved. It's the first ground dragon Pokemon. And so obviously Garchomp comes in, next generation, makes that a huge uber threat in the world. But yeah, you have Flygon, who has Levitate, so it's immune to ground type moves. It's part dragon, so it's resistant to most. Downside, it takes 4 times damage against ice type Pokemon. Or not ice type Pokemon specifically, but ice type attacks. So an Ice Beam, Icy Wind, Aurora Beam would technically might kill it in a way. So do with that what you will. I still think Flygon's pretty cool. It's not the greatest, but it's pretty good offensively. And then it just got better or at least it got a better moveset as the gen went on, because I think now it has like First Impression, it has Boom Burst, it has Bug Buzz. Kind of weird naming the bug moves, which bug moves are not that great to begin with, but. And then it obviously gets access to Earthquake, Outrage. I think it now has Dragon Dance, because in this generation it doesn't get Dragon Dance. So, just look at that. You think about it like that. It's like, Flygon's gotten better. Salamence, unfortunately, is still a menace to society. So, I think it was cool. It's one of the few Pokemons as a Dragon type, at least before, I think, before X and Y, I believe it is, where a Dragon type that can threaten a Steel type because it's just natural typing, because it gets stabbed on Earthquake. Because, at least to this day, Steel types resist Dragon. So, we have that, and then the whole idea of like, well, that's true. So in order to get through a Steel type, you either, depending on what Steel type it is, you're either using a fighting move, ground move, Sometimes dark move because we're talking about like Pokemon's like Metagross or Metagross, however you pronounce it. Bypassing them. So you have that going on, and Steel resists Dragon, and so you just gotta get coverage. And what are the best coverage? Probably Ground and Fire, which I forgot. I realized I didn't mention. I don't know. It's not a bad gig if you ask me, to be able to hit to get stab on a ground type move to hit steel types. I think it's pretty good if you ask me. But it is what it is. Though it is not the greatest stat-wise, it's there. If I didn't have Aria, I probably would have went to snag a Trump-inch. But I'm trying more or less to use different Pokemon that I've never used on my initial playthrough, besides obviously the starter, because the starter is the only one you can't really change. I can't be like, oh yeah, I'll get a Nuzleaf starter, unless I modify it, which again, we're doing normal. It's not gonna work. But trying to use Pokemon I've never really used, because I've never used Torkoal. At least in Gen 3 I've never used Torkoal. I've used either a Camerupt or actually only a Camerupt, because there's not that many fire types to begin with, and I never really went the Torchic. Don't crucify me, but I'm not a fan of Torchic or Blaziken to begin with. I'm between Sceptile and Swampert. Mind you, Swampert having the better typing, because ground and water is pretty good. And then this is a part of a game that we're probably never going to get to, but I can always explain later. TM37 Sandstorm. Pretty cool. Sandstorm is this. The only way to proc permanent weather is obviously before Gen 5, because Gen 5 had permanent weather. You would have to use Tyranitar, which we don't have access to. If not, I would probably try to use it, because that's freaking amazing. Tyranitar of all Pokemon in the world. And then I think it's Groudon and Kyogre are box legendaries of Ruby and Sapphire. Which, fun fact, I don't remember. I think you can get them in this game. Just in, I'm actually thinking about it. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't remember. I think you can get them, because that would make no sense if you couldn't. I know you can get, obviously, well, you can get Rayquaza on both, and Sapphire and Ruby makes no sense. It makes no sense if you don't. But yeah, like that's maybe the only ways you get permanent weather. The ones that summon the weather as they get switched into battle, with Tyranitar Sandstream, which causes Sandstorm, Groudon with Drought, which causes Sun, and it covers Drizzle, which causes rain. Which, those two powerhouses have been around for a long time and will still be powerhouses. And they're even though they've been slightly nerfed, because they don't have their primal forms. Thank God, because primal forms, please, not like this. Just to get this battle over with. We're gonna use back. Baltoy. An interesting Pokemon I was thinking about getting as well. Baltoy is a ground psychic type with Levitate. Another instance of a ground Pokemon having Levitate. It's an interesting Pokemon. It's based on like this is based on like a top. I don't know what exactly we would call it. It's a specific top, but I don't remember. And then its evolution, Claydol, which literally is its name. It's a doll made of clay, or at least that's its opposite reference. So it's pretty cool, because I think its attacking stats are even, whether it's physical or special. So whatever you teach it, whether it be Earthquake or Psychic, it's gonna hit hard, unless obviously you're running an Adamant nature or a Modest nature kind of thing, or Jolly or Timid. And I've used look at I lost his name already. Claydol. I've used Claydol before. So Rapid Spin before it got buffed. Oh yeah, the only thing with Claydol is I think it has a higher special defense than defense. Which, again, I thought about using because it would be cool, but then in the grand scheme of things, I have two Pokemon that are immune to Sandstorm, but well, they don't share any weaknesses. The fact that Claydol is immune to Electric and Aria's weak to Electric. But I don't know. I was thinking about it, but I'm like, I've used the Claydol before. Which is why, again, if I really wanted to, I would have picked up a camera up a long time ago. I don't think we would have had one by now. I think it's level... Actually, don't quote me on that. I don't want to be like, oh, it's level 32, and then someone be like, it's actually level... Insert the proper level, obviously. That's like if I said, oh yeah, Feraligatr evolves at level 36, and they're like, actually, it evolves at level 30, and you're like, you're not wrong. Because it does. You're one of the few starters that evolve at such an early level. Not much in the Sandstorm department here. Once we clear out the Sandstorm, what we're going to do is we're going to head back to an old town using the cycling road, because that's the fastest way to get back. And we're going to challenge someone we met earlier. If you know the game, it's not a spoiler. If you don't know the game, would you count it as a spoiler if we're going to do it next anyways? But whatever. We're gonna fight Norman, our dad. We're gonna fight him and beat him up just so we can get a gym badge, because I want a gym badge. I'm pretty sure everyone else wants a gym badge. And Norman is very infamous, but I have a strategy for Norman. Because if you don't know, Norman, unironically as his name implies, is a normal type gym leader. If you haven't noticed, these gym leaders their names are kind of give away what type they are. So we have Roxanne, which is a rock type gym leader. That's not going to do anything. We're part flying. Then we have Brawly, which brawls imply, I'm sorry, voice correct. Brawl, and obviously would be considered for like fighting. So the fighting type. Then you got Watson. And if no one knows, watts is like a measuring for like electricity. So makes that sense. Flannery, like flames, fire type gym leader. Realizing that they made a lot of these gym leaders the names based on their types. Well, maybe not too much, or at least these first four, or first five actually, because we're gonna fight Norman, which is the 5th gym. A lot of these guys give away what their typing is based on the names. Also the gym does too, in a way, but still. It's one of those, well, Roxanne with a rocky terrain gym. I wonder what she's going to use. So, one of those. Unfortunately, the sand is not that, there's not much. So, but what we're going to do is we're going to switch our bikes. Oh wait, also, let me grab something that's here. That Pokeball I missed while I'm here. Yes, let's go grab it. Maybe we'll see the hiker, who knows? I still don't have the acro bike. That would have been very cool to show off. We're gonna go around. Still the magma grunt. And here we are. So, boom. Got the Pokeball, don't fall. It's a nugget, nice. If you don't know, nuggets are items that don't have any value except for selling. And they sell for a high price. Eventually they added more items to that whole high price selling, besides obviously the big nugget, because there's only nugget and big nugget, was it? At least for the time. And then they had, well, Yes and no, because eventually I don't know when they added it, but they eventually had the big mushrooms as tiny mushrooms. And then you have a balm mushroom, which is it was like yellow in Gen 5. Which the only people that would buy it off of you or buy it for a high price were chefs. Cause chef's kiss, as they say. And then in Gen 4, oh wait, I just remembered. Then Gen 4 they released Rare Bone, which is another like selling item. So Acro Bike is what we're getting now. Because at least in my opinion, I think the Acro Bike is more usable in this next area coming up to Wyona or Winnoa. No, at least I'm gonna say Wyona. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. So the Acro Bike, as you can tell, not as fast, but you can do tricks like this. And then if you hold on to it long enough, you can do that. Or if you do it at the same time, you could just do side steps, which is really cool in my opinion. I like it. And then cycling road, which you would not be able to do without having an actual bike. And it's not like the Gen 1 cycling road where you let go and it'll always pull you down. I think also Gen 4 has a cycling road that like pulls you down if you let go of the controller. Fighting all these triathletes. I forgot to switch out Arya. Oh my god damn it. Does it have Magnet Pool? It has Magnet Pool. Arya is potentially dead. God damn it. Then again, I looked at the levels and I realized Arya's level 31, that thing is level 16. Not bad. So we're gonna switch out Arya because I just realized Arya's in the front, and Magnet Pull prevents Steel types from switching out. So Pokemons like Magneton are very threatening against Skarmory and against any other opposing Steel types that are weak to Electric. So we're gonna have Overheat. Actually, no, we're gonna save Overheat. The debut of Overheat, I'm gonna hold off. It's gonna be like a incentive to watch, in a way, if you think about it. You want to see... Oh, actually, no. Overheat actually was in battle. Never mind. Scratch that. I just realized Overheat wasn't like in a double battle, so it's like, oh, well. Even though Overheat would be amazing right now. So... But we'll see. We'll use Overheat in a very important fight. Because Overheat has a move that I want to take advantage of, and you may think it's Curse or it's Flamethrower. It is not. And it's not Body Slam either. There's a simple move called Protect. And I will explain that strat when we get there. So, I know I'm getting like very ahead of myself right now because we're not even close to the gym. And I'm like talking about strats for the gym and stuff. And be like, yes, 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 we know what we're doing for the gym. Let me just put Overheat here. There we go. Actually, God, I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna like switching around because I'm like, I'll just keep back, get rid of the enemies faster that way. Yes, Beck. Go Beck. Also, I don't think I want to use Beck in this next gym because Beck is useful, not useful at the same time. Beck is like paper, so yeah. If I can teach all my Pokemon Protect, you'll understand why and why I would be so much better off. Oh no, don't register me. Triathlete Benjamin. But he's not Franklin, but just Benjamin. Rydle. Oh my god, please. Oh my god, please. I regret talking to this man. I regret everything. Ooh, are you a battle? Yep. Yes. Yes, Magnemite. He dances for us. Dance for us, Magnemite. Dance. Ironically enough, that we're getting close to where we would, or we could get a Magnemite. We're getting there. It's after the next gym, but we're getting there to where we can actually grab ourselves a Magnemite if we wanted to. Will we? No, because we already have a Steel type. Though the Electric type would have been amazing, but if we need the Electric type, we could have just picked up a Manectric when we saw it. And unironically, I think Pikachu's also still here, so. But we're still missing 2 members of the team. Yes, I haven't forgotten that Imp is going to be replaced. Imp, unfortunately, will be gone and replaced. And that's going to happen. No one's going to be able to stop me from that point. Imp will get replaced. As much as Imp has actually held its own in these fights, I gotta get a better Pokemon. Even though at this point it's like, why not just keep Imp? He's like a secret 6th member of the party. Because we still need to capture a Starmie, which I'm gonna use, and capture another Pokemon that I haven't mentioned. Because even I don't know what it's gonna be. I have an idea what I want, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to want that idea. So we'll see. Magnemite. I still think it's very lively that Magnemite bounces around, even though Magnemite's one of the few Pokemon that doesn't have a gender. Or one of the, well, at this point it's many Pokemon, if you're thinking about currently, that don't have gender. It doesn't stop you from breeding, because you can use Ditto, because Ditto is genderless. So, yep. And that's it. What did you say? Oh. Oh, okay. That's kind of a bummer that if I used the Mach Bike, I could have gone Judge, but if I use the Aggro Bike, it's like, nah, it's super easy. Nah, we're not going to judge you. Which I completely forgot about that part where they actually just judge people in Acro and other bikes. But we're going somewhere else. We gotta go to Dewford, unfortunately, first. Oh. That explains a lot. I'm like, why would we move? We're going to Dewford first. And all this that you see, we're going to be exploring eventually. I think there's one more TM I want. Or not TM, it's one more HM from a gym I want. So I am not going to like explore that specifically yet because there's that ship that we keep passing by. Little known fact, we can actually go there. And it's actually, I believe, necessary at some point to go there if you want something in particular. So we're not going to be exploring the sea, or at least this part of the sea, maybe until after we get Dive. Or at least we want to explore the pathway from Dewford to Slayport until we get Dive. Maybe from Petalburg to Dewford, maybe. But the other one, no, not yet. And then we're gonna heal up because we got happy music. And on to the next gym. Again, we're always gonna be able to make it to the next gym. If I didn't do the whole sandstorm fiasco, we would be at the gym already. Because we still had to fight the Cyclones. Alright. Let's see what we got here. Also, he has an item. I want it. Had a great ball. Ah, and then the whole idea of like testing. So this is a speed room. Do you want to go through it, or this is the accuracy room? Do you want to go through it? Doesn't matter which one you choose. You're gonna have to fight anyways. One fight will involve speed. One fight will involve accuracy. I don't know if it's like dropping of accuracy or if it's like, oh, or no, it's I think or they use moves without fail. Like they use 100% accurate moves, like shock waves and stuff. By the way, that's the Skitty evolution Delcatty. So that Skitty we encountered earlier, that would have became it if we actually used it. And that's Feint. Feint, just like what we have, doesn't miss. So I'm assuming it has Shockwave. Yep, Shockwave, Feint Attack, and Swift, I believe. I don't know if it has any other move. It's just a cheeky little thing. The fact that it's like, haha, we have it's an accuracy room, where we have all the accuracy in the world. I don't know if I would have preferred it if they lowered your accuracy, which again defeats the whole purpose, because Sableye and or Imp and Arya have Keen Eye, so and moves that don't miss. So Imp did his job. Look at him, dying or on the verge of death, one of the two. So now that we did that, we could technically go back and fight the speed room. But we got the defense room, and we got the recovery room. Probably gonna do recovery room, because I need the recovery right now. But yeah, that's all. I think that's like the gimmick of this gym. It's like, oh, you choose what you want to fight in terms of like disciplines. This is actually very perfect. With the whole idea that Slackoff has Truant, so it's not gonna attack this turn. It's loafing around. And then it has a citrus, very interesting. So we're gonna detect. Can't touch me. Oh god, no. Alright, looks like it didn't want to attack. It is the recovery room though. So I'm curious what the hell that meant. Yeah. By the way, Feint Attack is a special move, and since Sableye is a quiet nature, it is not only getting a stab because it's part dark, but it's also getting a little bit of special attacks that's quiet, lower speed, raise special. So we're good. That is it for George out the jungle. We may not fight the other trainers, just the sheer fact that we have our stuff leveled up already. And then here's the Oko move one, so we'll see what that one's about. Yep. Oh, critical hits, okay. I was like, Fissure, Horn Drill. Or Sheer Cold. I had a moment, I was like, what's the move? What's the move? Sheer Cold. And just like this, we have their own Loaf who won't be stopping to attack. But yeah, crit rate and crits. No. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know if it has a move to crit me with. I don't think it does, because I think the critting move would be Slash. But he doesn't have Slash. I was not that smart. I used Detect like an idiot. Oh no. Especially since Detect has like limited PP power points. Don't laugh. Gym's not that bad. It's yeah, again, Sableye, or Imp, as we're calling him at this point, he makes this gym, I think, laughable too, because there's my crit. The idea that it's a normal type gym, and unless you bring coverage, normal types are known to have amazing coverage, it doesn't help. And this is where we are. Don't want to go through, not yet. I'm gonna heal up. And we're gonna start with Loaf. But I need to heal up because we are now conditioned to fight. Alright, let's see. I will be back. Oh my god. It's gonna be such a good fight. But yeah. Alright, so let's go fight Norman. Let's go beat up our dad and be like, Dad, you're not my dad. I will beat you up, Father, and you will respect me. Accuracy room. Luckily, you don't have to redo the fights. You just have to redo the... Sorry, guys. You have to just redo the the whole opening of doors. Which is a bit arduous, but it's better than having to deal with entitled people when you have to do the whole setup and stuff. Also, I just realized I don't know what the heck I was talking about. I just kind of blanked out for a moment. I'll be honest with you, I don't know what tangent I just went on. I'm a little concerned, actually. Hopefully I didn't say anything that bad. Just to give the heads up, I want you guys to know that I had just finished work, and I came here, gave myself a moment to reprieve myself, and I want to say decompress because work is not as stressful as we think, but like take a moment, and I'm like fighting the urge. But that's neither here nor there. Here's the gym. Here's Spinda. Spinda, his first normal type Pokemon, starts off with. Our dad doesn't realize that Spinda, well, sucks, and even though you can't confuse it, so it doesn't matter, but I think it will confuse us, though. I think it uses Teeter Dan. No, okay, never mind. I think the whole gimmick is Facade, I think there's a whole gimmick for, Norman, where, oh, here's the big boy I wanted. It's a good thing we're gonna get him out of the way now. It's time for Overheat, which I think, ironically, I might teach it Overheat just for the jokes. This is Norman's strongest Pokemon, and what our Loaf is going to evolve to. This thing is very powerful and has an attacking stat of a god. Problem is, it attacks every other turn. So what I just did, I just negated his turn, especially since he's faster. Because Slacking hits hard, is pretty fast. Problem is, the ability, which is Truant, where he can only attack every other turn. Which, as you can tell, I'm taking advantage of, like, majorly. Because the fact that Slacking is really strong, really scary. If you can get rid of the ability, that thing is a monster. Which I realize I have to go to a pattern. So if I don't go to a pattern, I'm gonna scream and shout and let it all out. I was gonna go for the body paralysis, I'll be honest with you. That's why I went body slam, because Torko's attack is not great, but it's not bad either. I only have body slam, mind you, there for some diversity, because I don't have any other move for Torko. He's loafing around, And then we're gonna get rid of it. Oh my god. Alright, never mind. We're just gonna be here again. I probably could have used a move. Because that was a waste of protect. I'll be honest with you. Though, hear me out here, besides the fact that we got a crit, I can always switch to Imp. Imp being, I think, one of the strongest members in quotes of our team. This is actually going very well, actually. Well, minus the fact that Overheat needs more power, please. And you would think, oh, just teach a Fire Blast. We haven't gone there yet. Nor would I probably teach a Fire Blast because Flamethrower is just more consistent in a way. So. But yeah. Then Vigoroth. We're gonna stay in, just cause. It's Vigoroth, and we have defense. Unless it's gonna crit me, I have the defense to go for it. Because if I'm correct, crits are 2 times the damage of a normal move. So we would live a crit. Not greatly, but we would live a crit, more or less. And that Flamethrower is going to kill. Yeah, look at that Facade. So, obviously we've been seeing Facade being used a couple times. Now for the explanation. So Facade is a normal type move with a base like, I think 70. But there's a special little trick about Facade. Facade actually does more damage when you're statused. So if you're statused, let's say you're burned or if you're paralyzed or poisoned, you do way more damage, which is crazy. You do double damage, which is about 140 damage, or at least base power, not damage. And you might be wondering, what the hell that Linoone did? The idea of the Linoone is to belly drum, which is it's a good move. It helps a lot of sweepers, but it kind of is underwhelming when you don't have a proper system going. The balance badge. I have no balance. And I think we get Facade in this. Yep. So, yeah, doubles a move power if you're poisoned, paralyzed, or burned. I think it could work for sleep if I'm correct. Only problem is, obviously, since you can't attack in sleep, you have to use like Sleep Talk to take advantage of the move. Which is the thing. We're being kidnapped. So like, I think this is Wally's house. Yep. Wally's left. Now Wally's gone. Who knows? And now we got HM03. One of the best HMs in the world. Surf. Can we teach it to anyone? I hope so. I hope to teach it to who I think I want to teach it to. Ah yeah, by the way, Facade. Let me see. Oh my god, him can learn it, thank god. I was hoping that he could learn it, because I think by this point you switch to Pelipper as an HM. It can't learn Rock Smash, but it learns the best combo out there, which is Surf and Fly. Which Fly eventually gets you everywhere. So, now the idea is we can surf wherever the hell we want. But why do that? And we can also get more like, we can get like a water Pokemon. Oh yeah, Brimey's gone now. We actually have to surf. God damn it. Actually no, I have an idea. Yeah, so now, if you didn't pick up a Marill, you have access to a couple water Pokemon, one of them being Tentacool. I have an idea, so don't judge. It seems complicated, but the idea is to go around here, go to Rustboro, go to the Rust Turf Tunnel, and boom. Though I will throw this out here. If a shiny Pokemon does come out, that's what we're using the 6th slot for, regardless of who I had in mind. It could be a goddamn powerful Pokemon. The strongest even. But if I catch a shiny, I'll use it. Shiny Magikarp, we'll use it. Which, we're never going to encounter one because I refuse to fish. Is it here? No, it's somewhere else. It's somewhere else I'm thinking of that lets you, so you can surf so you can grab an item. Rustboro. I am so sorry. I'm like hitting the walls left and right like an idiot. So here we go. Alright, we did that. I am slowly in the back of my head thinking that Imp has been such an asset to this team. But at the same time, I'm going to replace him. I can't imagine being like, man, he's such an asset. I can't wait to replace him. I feel like a corporate boss, and it feels gross. So now that we have Surf, we're going to do this. We're going to go to this little area before we actually go to Rust Turf Tunnel, go to this new area that we saw, or at least I hope you remember, that was on the side of Mauville to the east of it. There's a continuation, but we're not gonna do that. Am I thinking of the wrong area? Maybe I am, or maybe I'm a little off. There's an area I'm thinking of. No, I was not off. I was just oddly going down the wrong path. Here's this area. As you hear the many hits I'm hitting my head with. Yes. Triathlete. Which I believe the triathletes are the ones that swim. No, not swim. Run, bike, and swim, I think, actually, right? You can correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I think a triathlete is. Because obviously the word tri, or the beginning tri, is 3. So I'm assuming triathlete, since athlete required, athleticism. By the way, Dodrio, one of my favorite birds when in Gen 1, has access to such a good move called Tri-Attack. Or not a good move. Actually, let me throw that out there. It's not a great move, but it's a move that has a chance of burn, paralyze, or freeze. Which makes it interesting. That's why I was like, oh my god, it's a great move. But it's not. At least in this generation, it's a physical move, so Dodrio can take advantage of its high physical attack. I just realized I switched level back to the front because I realized everyone's at level 31, so it didn't serve full purpose. I got heal powder. Yes, my Machop will defeat you, puny human. Will it though? Technically you have the type advantage, but will it defeat my Pokemon? Even though you're like close to my level, which is a little bit scary. Because you always want to be higher level. I am a little sad because I feel like this loaf is going to be one of those where like you just miss on the kills half the time. But we're going to then again we're going to teach Loaf a very unconventional move that actually is worse as the generations went on. Not by power, but by effect. Even though by Gen 2 it's already bad as it is. Cyclone Toss. It's like Nightshade and Sonic Boom. Always does a set amount of damage. In our case, it's 28 because it's level based, like Nightshade. There we go, we got Loaf. Oh my god. Slash, thank the Lord. Oh my god. We have a feasible normal type move. Unfortunately, we still have strength, which is bad. I don't want strength. I want strength out of my loaf now. And then we proc a double battle with the thing in the tree. There you go. It's a little kid. Did that. But yeah, Slash, so much better. I think it has a lower base than Strength. Because I think Strength's 80 and Slash is 70. Let me double check that. Should have done this sooner, but yeah. It's Slash is 70 and obviously Strength is better. But the fact that we can potentially crit makes it so much better, in my opinion. I read that as Naruto for a second. Ninjask. I saw a lot of N. And yeah, they're both weak to flying, by the way. And this little tidbit about double battles, if you haven't caught on, because Air Cutter would have definitely killed the Ninjas. And there goes Vigoroth. I was hoping to get rid of Hariyama before it was too late. So a little interesting fact about double battles. I was going to say about Vigoroth, which makes no sense. About double battles is these moves that don't require you to select a Pokemon to hit in targeting, they actually get weaker in double battles. Since oh my god, Steel Wing. God, alright, cool. That's why, by the way, this is why I didn't teach Steel Wing to Arya earlier, even though we had the TM for it. Everyone's just getting better. I think once we hit the 30s, everyone's just a little bit better. But yeah, so let's say moves, for example, like Earthquake. Since it's a spread move, the damage gets not cut in half. I don't think that's I think it's like 75% of damage. But it's a significant, it's an amount that you can notice. Like obviously, for example, that Air Cutter would have definitely KO'd the Ninjask, because Ninjask is not bulky, and there you go, Air Cutter is now KOing. Ninja Boy, Jaden. Oh, I know someone. I watched someone named Jaden. That's a thing. Oh no. No, I don't want to. No. Don't register me. God, no. Alright. Let's switch out Loaf because Loaf is gone. Not really. If this is Nuzlocke, Loaf is for sure never being used. Then again, half our team is never going to be used ever again. Put Arya in the back in case we get to the other double battles. This Ninja Kid blocked something I wanted. Kadabra. A very good, well, it's on its way to being a very good second type. It is a Gen 1 second type that turns into Alakazam, one of the strongest monsters, at least of its time. Great, Reflect. Of its time, because at the time, obviously, it had no weaknesses, so it was pretty threatening. Especially since no weaknesses meant you were unstoppable. But at the same time, there was a weakness to Psychic. It just wasn't great. It was Bug, I think. Or was it... I think it's Bug. And then, unfortunately, due to Gen 1's weird programming stuff, there was a weird misconception that goes for weak to Psychic, which... Huh. Did I lose control of my controls? That's... Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. This is a... Fine, howdy do. This is a... This is a problem. I lost control of my controller, ironically. We're just gonna sit here and watch them. Well, this is why we have backups for a moment. So while we're here and chit-chatting, how's everyone doing? I hope everyone's doing fine. I gotta do this weird thing, so give me a moment. If you hear a chair, it's because the chair's not great, and I gotta do this. And if you hear, hopefully, I think I have it muted, but if you hear windows, it's nothing bad is happening. Oh, is my thing completely gone? Let's see. I will have to do something here for a second. Sorry guys, I am checking something. Good thing you guys can't see what I'm doing here, but I gotta check something. What the heck happened? This is very weird. Very, very, very weird. I hope nothing happened. What a time to be alive, guys. Oh, interesting. So let's do this. I'm gonna do something for a second, and we're gonna have to rock with it for a little bit, which is gonna be a little bit annoying. I will admit. Uh-huh. And what's gonna suck is all my buttons are gonna be random. All right, we got something going, or I don't got something going, cause oh, okay, never mind. Whew, controller's back, guys. Crisis averted. All right, we're good. So, if you didn't notice, controller decided to fail, and now I lost my. Well, I didn't lose my train of thought. I have an idea what I was talking about. So, while I'm wrapping this cable up and we're doing this battle, and hopefully we'll have another mishap like this. Psychic Ghost was unfortunately was given a weird conundrum or conniption or whatever you want to call it, where they were given, or there was an idea where Ghost was weak to Psychic, which is not true actually. On the contrary, Ghost Psychic is weak to Ghost, but that was never properly programmed in Gen 1. So they did an oopsie. The only reason people thought that, or at least back then, that Ghost was weak to Psychic was because obviously the only Ghost type back then was the Gengar line. And if anyone who's a good Pokemon fan would know, Gengar is part Poison, which is weak to Psychic. So that gave its whole misconception that Psychic was was strong against Ghost, which it's not. It's actually very weak to Ghost. But again, no one knew that. Who's gonna find the validity of that? Of its time, obviously. But oh well. I'll just worry about this bad boy later. I was trying to wrap up a cable in the midst of telling a little fun fact here. Who knows? Hopefully, we don't need that cable because I tossed it really kind of far. But yeah, it's a weird conception, but we're good. No one, well, I can't say we're gonna be okay. Oh, cool, Kelpsie berries. They are used more in the competitive scene. I believe, if I'm correct, these lower attack EVs sounds weird and kind of productive, but sometimes when you need to properly EV your Pokemon, certain berries, which, there we go, like I think it's yeah, there you go, makes it more friendly but lowers base attack. What that means is Pokemons are gonna like you more, but their EVs, which are hidden values in Pokemon that you can eventually find. Focus Punch, by the way. I'll explain Focus Punch in a bit. That you can't really. God damn, I need a Mach Bike, really? Fuck. I can always go back to move through Rustboro Tunnel and stuff. And I will show what I was here if you ever want to catch it. But yeah, EVs are like hidden values that Pokemon get, or the value that increases because it can be manipulated depending on your battles, depending on what Pokemon you fought. So if, let's say for example, I think Tailo gives speed EVs, take KO this Tailo will give me at least, I think, one speed EV. Which in turn makes me faster than another Grovyle that doesn't have that speed EV. Obviously, there's a little bit more to it, but it's all based on what Pokemon to KO, and I think that's it, yeah. And then obviously there's Pokerus and the Macho Brace and power items. There's something in here that I want to try to find, but not to use on the team, but just to show that it's there. By the way, you can get Swablu, even though I think you could have gotten Swablu a lot earlier, before Meteor Falls, by the way. Swablu being a flying normal type. Seems generic, right? But it gets better because it eventually becomes a flying dragon type. Not as good as Salamence, but it's an early dragon flying that you can get with that has natural cure. Its name is going to be I'm not giving it a name. Its name is Altaria, which there's an Altaria that we're going to face later, and it's pretty fucking scary if you don't have a proper setup. But we'll worry about that later. There's a Pokemon here. If I can't find it to just introduce it, Yeah, okay, there it is. So, by the way, Jigglypuff, you can this is, I think, the only area I'm aware of. Again, I am personally aware of, where you can capture Jigglypuff. Obviously, you know, Jigglypuff's not the greatest Mon in the world. We're not going to use it because we already have a normal type. Loaf, who's currently, metaphorically speaking, bleeding to death. But, how should I put it? It's there if you want to capture it and use it. The only downside is you need a Moonstone to evolve it. Which, I think you should have a Moonstone by this point, because I think I have one. Mind you, I don't expect anyone to be following this like a guide. Oh, I don't have a Moonstone. I must have kidded myself. I kid. Well, eventually, when you get your hands on a Moonstone, you can evolve the Jigglypuff, because Jigglypuff is a stone evolution. It's not faster this way. Why did I take Meteor Falls? So our destination is Mauville right now, unironically. We're not gonna go to Mauville, then get the Mach Bike, and then go back to that little lip area. But before I forget, I realized I was gonna explain Focus Punch, and I kind of just was like, oh yeah, I'll explain it later. So Focus Punch is a very powerful fighting type move. I'll even show what its base power is. I don't remember it because I don't use Focus Punch, because Focus Punch is very situational. It's a move that has negative priority, even though you start off with the so-and-so is tightening their focus, right? That means that if you get hit in the process of the move, trying to use the move, you don't use the move. But if you manage to hide behind a sub or predict an opponent not like using a attacking move, it's a really devastating. It's 150. It has 20 PP. It's a devastating move. Obviously, the only drawback is you can't get hit in the process of trying to use the move, but it's really good. Oh, there's Abra again. I don't know if I'll be able to capture Abra just for the lulz. Oh yeah, I bought some Great Balls for process. Let's see. Just for the lulz, can we capture the Abra? I'll nickname the Abra. I'm not going to use it, but we'll nickname him. We'll call him Spoon. Or Spoons. which has no bearing on his current form, but he gets spoons later on. If you didn't notice that, like Kadabra has a spoon, and then eventually Alakazam, which I don't know if we ever see one in this game, has 2 spoons. Why do they have spoons? It's probably due to the whole bending of metal with your mind. But I like to think about it that they're just gonna eat cereal or soup or anything else that requires a spoon. Because when you're ready, you're ready. And then Alakazam just gets more ridiculous with the spoons. It has like 5, or I think it's 5. Yeah, it's 5. I could be wrong. It could be 6, but. So now that we got Surf, we're gonna go to this little spot in the east, because that's, I think, the... Oh, shoot. Before we do that, actually, here's Watson. This is a little area we're gonna take care of. We're gonna go to a New Mauville. Right? New Mauville, literally underground on Mauville. Yeah, if we didn't get Surf, we would not be able to do this. I think there's a reason you want to do this. I think there's a decent TM to do this for. And not only that, if for some reason you are lacking in the electric department, we're about to encounter quite a few electric types. Which, wow, that Tentacool is super strong because it's over my levels. What do I do here? I shall sack him. I wish Poochyena was better because he has Runaway. So, but yeah, New Mauville is gonna have as they say, famous phrase, fuck ton of electric types. So if you want an electric type that's not electric, here's the time. There's gonna be more, obviously, but this is the time. Also, I think Tentacool is it's especially defensive, but I can't figure out like what to hit it with because it's poison water type, which is why it doesn't go down to like Leaf Blade. Also, the fact that we gotta be careful with Surf because Surf we can encounter Pokemon like level 35, which I think is 5 levels away from evolving. So it's best not to mess around with it. Or we might be using Beck for a little bit because where we're going, at least the next gym, Beck's not gonna be useful. I don't remember where New Mauville is. Oh, there it is. Yes, I want to use the basic key. That makes no sense not to use it. So now we're here. A little grand old puzzle. And unfortunately, there's literally encounters everywhere. And the electric type Pokemon. So if you wanted a Magnemite, or if you wanted, I think Voltorb is here as well. You can grab them. I don't know if Pikachu's in this area. Maybe, maybe not. Not sure. But if you wanted that, I think there's a very rare chance that there's a evolved version of these Pokemon. Except for Pikachu. If Pikachu is in this area, I don't remember. There's a very rare chance that you'll encounter it. It's there, but it's rare. And the idea is we're going to be pressing these buttons. Which, let me get rid of that paralysis if I have anything. I don't think I do. I do have at least one full heal. Actually, let me see the berries. Because I don't want to deal with paralysis. Which is ironic. Dealing. Makes me kind of wish we had a ground type. Which is ironic, the fact that we just went through the desert and we kind of denied every ground type. But yeah. So, unfortunately, I think Magneton's the most common. Then it's Voltorb, and then I think Pikachu's like the rare percentile along with the evolutions. Or maybe I'm wrong, you can't find the evolutions. But if you can't find the evolutions, the Magnemite's close to evolving. At level 30 they evolve. And if you're playing Gen 4, you can get Magnezone by going to Mount Coronet. Or if you're playing, I think, the remakes, you get Magnezone through, you can get it through a Thunderstorm. Look at that, man. I think this is this is gonna be the part where it's annoying with all the Magnemite or all the electric Pokemon that don't know when to give up. Also, the fact that we don't have a proper, well, false, we do have a proper method of dealing with these guys, which I might switch to. And it doesn't matter if we get paralyzed with this one. Steel types, right? We're gonna switch in Overheat. I wanted to use Beck a little bit, but for the sake of getting through this, one, I am using my knowledge. Oh my god. One, I am trying to use my knowledge of this area because obviously, as you can tell, puzzle. You press green, blue closes, green opens. And apparently, we're only going to be finding Magnemite in this area. And even though we're gonna turn off, or not turn off, but we're gonna calm down the power, doesn't mean we can't come back here. So if you still want a Magnemite, or you still want, again, I think Voltorb's in this area, then to each his own, you can go grab one. But yeah, also that's a little trick. There we go. See, I don't feel like a liar anymore. Voltorb. At some point I was like, is Voltorb even in this area? There you go. And white smoke taking effect. Yes. Yes. Thank God we found an escape rope. I don't think I have any, or I think I have 5. For this reason. Because escape rope's good to have at least one. The Magnemite. Booty-doo. Look at it. And it's all shiny glory that melts. And Magnemite and Voltorb are not bad Pokemon. Magnemite has a more power and defense than Voltorb, while Voltorb has the more speed of it. So it's one of those, you pick your poisons. Is this your favorite typing? It is? Cool. Do we care? Of course we do. Oh, then this is the beginning. So short, I don't know if I call it dungeon. It's a short area, it's nothing crazy out of the ordinary. Unless you don't know where the hell you're going, and then that's a different story, and then that's where you end up like some people, like myself sometimes. If that level was swapped, you should be evolved. Oh, Fire Blast. Or, not Fire Blast, Flamethrower. Which is Fire Blast's weaker version. With more accuracy. Which is a whole weird debate of like, do you want power? Or do you want accuracy? I'm not gonna lie, I choose accuracy a lot of the times, but if I need to have power, I'll get the power. Alright. Only downside is I'm going to be running through flamethrowers all over the place, and then I'm going to run out, and then when it really matters. And for those that probably don't... Oh, classic. So some Pokeballs in some areas are the Voltorb. I don't know if there's anything special about these guys, but we'll capture one. We'll capture one just for you guys. Ironically, the Great Ball, the next level. Unless it self-destructs and kills itself. Actually, I think a Body Slam won't kill. Famous last word says Voltorb is literally made of paper mache. Okay. Mind you, it's coming off of Torkoal's not so great attack stat, but like, when you're made of paper mache, it's more concerning. But there you go. Voltorbs though are Voltorb and its evolution, which is Electrode, are very infamous for being self-destructors. I'm literally just naming a Pokeball. Which is literally what it is. It's a legit Pokeball. In my eyes, at least. But, made of paper mache. Though it's fast, it can set up screens if necessary. It's kind of like a setup Pokemon. And its form Electrode smiles and is not angry at the world. So, it's pretty cool, if you ask me. Yeah, you got what's going to ya. Oh my god. Please. There we go. And we're done. Well, it's this fight. Not done with the area, I wish. I wish we were done with this area. There we go. And I think there's still more Voltorbs that are hiding. Yes, we caught Voltorb. I can't escape. Okay. Again, infamous for self-destructing. Little worried. Because, I think by this point still, self-destruct and explosion cuts the opponent's defense in half, and then obviously they detonate. I think in Gen 5 they got rid of that mechanic, which is a little saddening, disheartening. Let me switch it low just in case if I need to run. Because one of them is going to be a an actual thing, and the other one's going to be a Voltorb. Why do they do this? Because they can. Could I technically have ran away from this? I could. Do I realize that Vigoroth or Loaf has a weird thing where it won't KO moves? Yes. And then there you go. Mind you, we were supposed to press the green switch, and then I'm assuming they punish you if you do touch the green switch and then have to touch the blue switch. But yeah, let's see what we got here. And I think they... Alright. They're gonna punish you again anyways, because you have to... Yep. I don't know why, but this gimmick is old, in quotes. Mind you, back in the day it was like, Voltorb's a Pokeball? Funny, ha 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 ha, very, very funny. Nowadays, you can go Voltorb, Amoonguss, and here we are, boom. There you go, now the generator's off. New Mauville's been saved. Again, not a long dungeon, or would you call it a dungeon? I don't know. Not a long area if you remember where you're going. If you don't remember, and the Thunderstone, which I don't have Pikachu, I don't have an Eevee. I don't remember who else needs it. I would like a Waterstone. That would be eventually pretty fucking nice if you ask me. God damn it. You could say I could use a repel, but nah. Never did it back then, never gonna do it now. Kinda hard-headed there, but I'm fine. New Mauville. I don't think you can find their evolutions. I think this is just Voltorbs and Magnemites at this point. I could be wrong, and I could be like, oh, yes, this Pokemon does exist in this area. And you're like, what? Yes. But that's not the case. Unfortunately, it's not the case, and unfortunately, I will go down in history as a filthy liar for this instance. God damn it. I touched the button again. Not gonna go back up. I promise you this is not me stalling. This is me genuinely being an idiot. Oh, Pikachu's in the Safari Zone. That's what it was. I don't know why I thought Pikachu was in this area. I was thinking to myself, I was like, let me look this up for a sec. Oh my god. I might just use a repel at this point. The fact that the highest level you can find these guys, or at least right now, is 25, which is like 5 levels before they evolve. Because I think Voltorb also evolves at level 30. I don't have a repel. Should I have had one? Probably. Let's just... Oh! I completely forgot. So, here's a little thing about Pokemon, and you might be wondering, you're getting a lot more encounters now that you have Loaf in the front. So these Pokemon abilities, right? Vital Spirit, Keen Eye, Overgrow, Keen Eye again, White Smoke. These abilities actually would stop certain Pokemon or stop Pokemon from showing up. So for example, if I had Magnet Pool, let's put it this way, I would attract more Steel-type Pokemon. But I don't have Magnet Pool. If I have, I forgot what was the other one. I already forgot. I forgot what it was. I shouldn't even use the Paralyze Heal. I think Water Absorb, there you go. I think it's also like Water Absorb, you attract more water types. Or for example, Q-Charm, you end up attracting... I forgot I couldn't run. You end up attracting the opposite gender. It's actually pretty cool that some abilities actually do have effects outside of battle. Like for also another example, Gen 4, Skunk Tank, if you have Stench on it, which is not that great of an ability, you would have less encounters. So do with that what you will. I remember reading on these abilities, and I can't believe I don't remember. Like Intimidate is another one where it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna decrease the amount of Pokemon you encounter. I forgot I can't escape. Am I so eager to like run away and escape? But Torkoal, 1 is super slow, 2 he's paralyzed, or she's paralyzed. So we're back to spamming flamethrower, not fire blast. There, you see how I'm able to run through like that? With Vigoroth in the front, we were not going to be doing that because Vigoroth has, or Loaf has Vital Spirit, which increases our encounter rate. That's really gross, and I never want to ever do that. Doesn't mean I want encounters gone altogether, but yeah, this is a whole Steam Beam. Let's talk to Watson. He's still in the same spot. There you go. Oh my god, he gives us Thunderbolt. This is actually the real reason you want to do the whole New Mauville bit. You get TM. You get a TM for Thunderbolt. I honestly forgot the number already. But you get Thunderbolt. Really freaking good. Unfortunately, I think the only one we might be using it on is that Staryu that we're planning to catch. Because we don't have Actually, you know, I've been thinking. Maybe I say to hell with Starmie. I know, a little bit of hypocrisy, ironically, as we've been chatting up Starmie this entire time. A little bit of a hypocrisy on that one, but maybe, just maybe, hear me out, we use Chinchou. We're gonna have to capture a water Pokemon anyways to begin with to actually like use the surf and dive, or not surf, but dive eventually. Because unfortunately Chinchou is not above ground, nor is it surfable, nor if it's anything like that. And Chinchou is an interesting Pokemon. How should I put it? Chinchou is a water electric type. It solves the problem when it comes to needing a water Pokemon. And it solves the weird dilemma that we have that we don't have electric Pokemon. Right? So, we're actually going to do that. It solves so many dilemmas. Because the idea of like, oh wait, I could just do this. Unfortunately, unlike traditional, or not traditional, other water type Pokemon that are not named Empoleon, they are primarily weak to, sorry. Where was I going? No, sorry. So, unfortunately, for Chinchou and its evolution Lantern, it falls a bit short when it comes to a certain weakness that it shouldn't have. Same thing with Empoleon, where they are weak to ground. Obviously, Empoleon has a steel typing, steel's weak to ground, but that's neither here nor there. We're talking about Chinchou, who's electric and water. So they are weak to ground. And how should I put it? You got a whole moment to yourself where it's like, huh, I'm weak to ground. But there's a little flip side to this. You're immune to electric, if you get the right ability, obviously. Which that ability is Voltsorb. Volt Absorb is basically, if you're going to take an electric move, you heal instead of taking damage. Pretty good, if you ask me. Unfortunately, Chinchou comes very late to the game, so... But it does come before what we need, so... We might even get it before, like, before, like, the final bit of the story happens. That's how, like, I think we'll get. Because I think, unfortunately, Chinchou's, like I said, underwater. And, yes, we could technically get Starmie, and Starmie does learn Thunderbolt and stuff, but Chinchou, guys, Chinchou. Unfortunately, again, it's underwater, so that's the only thing that sucks about it. Which is funny because going in a whole region where there's a bunch of water-type Pokemon, or like water galore, and I choose a Pokemon that's like late. Yes. Steven Stone, why? Why would you do that? Why would you jump down and harass me? And the thing is, Chinchou is less offensive and more bulky, in quotes. So we would have a bulkier water type. As I say that very hesitantly because of the whole weak to ground. And we got a new area, new Pokemon. Or I lied to you and I thought it was new. Yeah, it's a little bit different. Like Chinchou, for example, has, or at least not Chinchou, Lantern has more HP than a Starmie. Obviously, it doesn't hit as hard because its base attack and base special attack is 58 and 76 respectively. But then you have its meaty HP, which is like Wait, let me see here again. It's a 125. That meaty HP can do a lot. So do with what you do with that what you will. Even though maybe God, I'm a flip flop between those two. I may just capture Star Me or Star U because there's no Water Stone and see what's up. And if I can get a Water Stone in time before they leave for, we'll go a Lantern, and then obviously I'll do the off-screen grinding just so you guys will watch. Because imagine if I'm here in the brink of like sleeping. I can't imagine people watching like, yo, he's grinding. I might just fall asleep. Like, well, some people like to grind because it puts some chill buffs, but I'd rather be like, I'll do this off screen. Don't worry about it. We'll catch up Chinchou to its level. And Swalo, the evolution of Tailo. One of the fastest things in the Hoenn region, if not the fastest. So, you got that going for you. Oh my god. This is a Bob. Wingull, the water flying type Pokemon, has an advantage but a disadvantage at the same time. Has an advantage being flying type and a disadvantage being part water. And having not great stats. And we're back at it. Why they look like don't look like bird keepers? I don't know. Oh, Electric again. For the love of God and all is good. Yay. Hyper Potion, baby. There we go. I was focusing for some reason very hard on trying to get that double battle. This little area. Sorry. This little area is if I suddenly stop talking, there's quite a bit of noise in the background. So, if you don't know, this little area is like, I think, like an ending point somewhere because there's a bunch of like stepping ledges. So, we could technically come back to this area, and this area is, in a way, insignificant to us because we'll come back here anyways. Yeah, they were we finished with something. Wow, I can't believe he used the super potion, hyper potion. You're such a waste of space. Oh my god, bye. Actually, no, that's Segmentos for me. What are we? I don't know if I can live another one. Alright, let's see the numbers, Mason. Yeah, we can live another one. Let's see the numbers, Mason. Not now. Oof. Unless I get clipped with a bug move, then that'd be pretty funny. And disheartening at the same time. But yeah, this is, oh, cool, yeah. Grew level. Oh my god. Yeah, I knew I was on the verge of death. Doesn't stop me. Time after time. There we go. Goddamn, using that goddamn hyper potion on goddamn Pokemon. I don't think there's anything down here. Okay. Unless this path is making you believe that you can kind of skim through the trainers and stuff and skip them. But that's not gonna work. Yeah, so this little ledge area, which eventually you get a Pokeball and stuff, it does have its like, there's an actual reason that you'll see eventually. It's as bad as everyone's looking, or at least not that bad, but with Beck looking on the verge of death, time to heal him. Rise up. And let's fight these little twins. Mew. Mew and Yuki, I don't know if they have any significance. Because I know there is an NPC with a significance, but I don't think it's them. Also, Beautifly and Dustox. If your Wurmple evolves into Silcoon, you got Beautifly. If it evolves into Cascoon, you got Dustox. And now you get to see these lovely beauties on stage. Which I think Dustox is, I believe, cooler in a way that what it has, but again, it's sad. At least its stats are not great. I think it does learn I think it doesn't learn Quiver Dance? I don't think so. Hopefully they're not spamming that. Alright, thank God. Because I think Beautifly gets obviously Morning Sun that you just saw, and then Dustox gets Moonlight. Because it's obviously day and night. So I think Dustox is gonna heal anyways. Oh no, it's a very offensive, okay. That's great to hear, or great to know actually. Yeah. Here goes Dustox. Alright. So that takes care of that. Unfortunately, we can't really do anything with this little area. We could technically take everything from out there. I think, yeah, the Berry Master and all stuff. Take another one. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I'm being blessed. I'm being blessed. I'm being blessed. And then yeah, she was a trainer to begin with. I was trying to. I think she's one of the more threatening ones, if I'm correct. Never mind, I was thinking of someone else. Because there is a lady who is very threatening. I think she at least I wanted to say she uses the same sprites as the Roma lady, but I don't know that. Magic Leaf, well, it's a grass type move that doesn't miss. Its power is not that great, obviously, to make up for the fact that it never misses, but it's a good move to use at the time. We're so close. If you notice, I've been using Beck a lot because, like I said, the next gym that we go to, if you know then you know. Like I had mentioned earlier, was gonna be Wyona, or Winona. How you want to say it. It's not gonna go well. Just like this poison. It's gonna hurt. Even though I don't think she's any different really in levels. I know I just realized I used a grass on grass, but who knows. Alright, I really got greedy here. I'm dead. Bye. Alright. Let's get this over with, please. And gone. Yeah, there's, I believe, a lady that shares this exact same bright. who is pretty scary if I'm correct. I think she has like a full team of 6, unless I'm thinking of this one where you rematch her, maybe. I just know there's someone that I think shares that exact same sprite that she has, the Roma lady. And she's very, very, very scary in terms of opponents. But, again, I don't remember. I think these are all berries for the EVs that we had mentioned. Alright. I know, it's so many of these to collect. Wait a second. Does this work? Oh, never mind. I was thinking of, it's not, is it considered fast forward? I don't know. I was like, does this button work? No, it doesn't. Probably should. I probably should install a fast forward button. But, I didn't, so. Oh, Zigzagoon. How you almost made me fall asleep. I'm not fighting you. You're not worth the XP. There's a couple of Pokemon here that we can encounter. Yeah, so in this large tall grass, you can't actually use your bike, unfortunately. There's the Tropius, dude. One of the coolest Pokemon. So, I was like, I'm gonna kill it. Let me try to capture it, actually. We're not gonna use Tropius, because Tropius, we already have a grass type, and we already have a flying type. Because if you could not tell, Tropius is part grass, part ground. Not ground, part grass or part flying. So, also I didn't realize it was that easy to capture Tropius. I'll nickname it after something I watched recently. Or not recently, I had watched it, and I thought it was, well, I don't know the meaning behind the joke, but just to represent. Hopefully I spelled it right, and I don't look like an idiot. Maybe I don't. Don't know who that is. Again, it's a reference to something I've watched. And I'm gonna leave it like that. I think they're currently technically streaming. But we'll leave it like that, because I thought it was a... Oh my god, please. There you go, Jesus Christ. I don't know why it was so hard to find that, man. Even though I think we're gonna wrap up relatively soon. Ninjask. Even though our team is all beat up and stuff, but... Oh yeah, Ninjask is faster. There you go. Critical hit, doesn't matter. Turning our base 70 attack into 140, I believe. So, and then this little interesting thing, fun fact that you can do, which for tall grass, it turns it into that, just a giant block of 3x3, I think is what you call it. Oh man, you can also find Linoon, the evolution of Zigzagoon, if I hadn't mentioned that. Because you have Zigzagoon, and then I think at level 20, I think it is, or maybe a little bit earlier than that, you can get Linoon. Which, again, Linoon, not the greatest of Pokemon, but they're also, the odds of it having Oran Berries are very low. Critical hit, nice. But yeah, you can capture Linoons now if like for some reason you didn't like Zigzagoon. For whatever reason. Oh my god, this is a... Hey there, mister. I heard there's a man named Dole from I think that name is nice. What a nuisance. I don't remember... I honestly don't remember people in the tall grass following like that, or like doing that. Oh, Volbeat, by the way. Since I don't think we ever... I don't remember encountering one. You can actually capture Volbeat in, Oh, it's healing. God damn it. In the area between Mauville and the other one. It's not Verdant Turf. But yes, it has Elise, the counterpart, which again, they're not that great. I think Volbeat's better with Prankster and Tailglow, but that's a future problem. I appreciate the Encore for the slash, though. There you go. Because Encore forces you to use the same move you used last time, so... There you go. There we go. Now that I know that these people, for some odd reason, mimic you, right? Your movements. Which is a puzzle on its own at this point. I don't have a revive. I feel so bad that that Beck is gone right now. Or Beck's dead. I think he uses a Beautifly line based on this. If he throws in a Dust Toxic, I'll laugh. That'd be kind of funny. Yep, it's Beautifly line. Whirlpool. That's so cool. They're Beautifly. And based on deduction, again, I don't even think we have to fight these people. I'll be honest with you. I might just avoid the rest of them. Yeah, let's do that, because I don't think I have to fight these people. Or at least, I don't think I have to fight them for levels. Oh my god, Ordish. I think I encountered Ordish already, or Oddish, not Ordish. Oddish. I'll do it for the level, but... I'll do this for the level. Also, yeah, also the fact that we're coming up with some required fights anyway, so... Oh, it doesn't matter. This is a funny thing. I thought you could fly by catching a whole flock of bird Pokemon and then hanging around on them somehow. But it turns out you need the HM move Fly, which you did a long time ago. And then we find out he captured 6 fucking Wingull. There's a cave called the Cave of Origins. Ooh. Ooh la la. Time to use that. Oh yeah. By the way, so this is why I got the Acro Bike. Not for this Oddish, which I think evolves very soon actually, or evolves now. Not now in level 27, but I think. Statuses are not been fun. And I'm slower now, god damn it. I believe it's actually close to evolving, ironically. Which, if you have a Sunstone, you get Blossom. If you have a Leaf Stone, you get Vileplume. Let's just use Aria, because clearly everyone's on the fence. So, yeah. We'll grab these berries and then I'll show a little quick glimpse of why we got the Acro Bike for this part. Which again, it's times like this where you have to go back and forth the acro and the mock. But you need to do that, which is kind of cool in my opinion. And then there's another secret base, that weird oddly shaped bush, and here's another one. I think it's just for secret base, goddamn. There we go. Ooh. I remember something. I don't think I'm ready for it though. I don't think I'm ready. Folks, we might have to do this with the team we have alive. This is Isaac. Uh-huh. Yes, you could. Okay, maybe I'm not thinking of it one. Yeah. Sorry, there's a rival fight that comes up. And maybe that's where I'll end it if I don't have to do the specific area that I'm thinking of. If I do have to do the area, then I will pause on that. Because that means at least next time we come back to this, we'll have like 2 big stuff to do. And we'll be a little bit more consistent this time. Instead of being on a long hiatus. Yeah, obviously for those that watch live and not those that watch on YouTube. So, there won't be such a long hiatus. Alright, Catherine, please. I don't want your phone number. Okay. Alright, so let's do this. I think it's actually not yet, okay. I want to avoid the trainers so bad. Also, I would like to heal anytime soon. Oh, by the way, there you go. If you ever got a Shroomish, there's your Breloom. I think we encountered one earlier. It also gets Mach Punch when it fully evolves. Not fully, yeah, when it evolves. Because the Mach Punch is a priority fight type. Pretty good. It allows it to take advantage of its fighting typing and a crazy attack stat. Obviously, it's Skarmory, so Skarmory defense, and it being fighting type and flying is not weak to that. I think we have to go through here just for the fact of avoiding fights. I think. Or at least that's what I just did. Don't. And let me see, who's not crippled? Okay, it's just these two. Everyone else is either paralyzed or decimated. Dun, dun, dun. Thank you. I think we're coming up on an area, so I don't think we're going to be able to do the rival fight. Because I don't want to bleed into what I have initially planned. Though I am so out of my league. Ninja's using sword stance, of course. Here, Gutter. That's gonna be a waste of a flamethrower. Slugma looks like he's seen a lot of shit go down. God damn it. Ninjas. Ninjas have annoying Pokemon. And there we go, Slugma's gone. And then hopefully Coffin took some damage so the flamethrower actually does something. Arya, no, please, you're gonna be used in the next battles. Don't do this. Waku Waku. Okay. He just killed himself and his teammate. This fight ended a lot faster than I anticipated. Interesting. I coming up on it? Please let this be the. Yes. Okay. So we have to do this. This is our next objective when we do this. Is, oh my god. Well, I'll figure out what I'm going to be doing here. Alright guys, so I hope you've enjoyed watching up to this far. If you're on YouTube, I appreciate that you've watched up to this point. And I'll see you next time. So, until next time YouTube, goodbye.